Creating a job in HRS now has a couple of features added to it. We're going to create a new job, which we can do from either going under the Jobs tab or we can do it from the company. So in this case, I'm going to choose a company record. So let's find a company. We're looking for Recruitment Force again here. We're happy we found that record. Go to the Jobs tab and we can create a new job by clicking on the plus button. This will bring in the company information, and if you had a primary contact associated with that company, would have brought it in, but that can be chosen. Now we're going to choose the job spec. I'm going to rush through this really quickly because we just need to get a job spec built up. So we're saying salary at 45 or 55. Here we can also add an employment market if we wish. I'm going to put in marketing. And at this point, we can now obviously go through and create tags or add some additional information to a job, like location, languages, and so forth. But what I'm actually going to do is we're going to use the Goodwin Analyzer. So clicking on the relink tab there will pop up the Goodwin Analyzer for marketing managers. And this information will be displayed. So firstly, important skills associated with marketing people. So marketing strategy, communications, management, social media, advertising, digital marketing, all skills associated with marketing. We'll also see that on the right-hand side here, we've got additional background information. So what educational background these guys come from. And on the left, we've also got previous positions, so where they've come from in the past before getting to be a marketing manager. This will show all the information that is available. Plus, we also have the positions they go on to become, and also how long they've spent in a particular job is on the right as well. So if this information is all gathered from social media jobs and candidates in the past, and we're using very clever analytics to produce that information to help you write the perfect job spec. So armed with that information, you can now go back and add some skills, for example. So let's go into our our skills tag, and we'll search for marketing skills. And here we've got a lot of skills that are associated with the skill set that the Goodwin Analyzer gave us. So let's put all those skills in. And you'll see that we've got those skills now added, and we've got a tag summary that's been built. We'll put in a start and an end date for this job, and we'll write in some benefits here. So we've got health, Bupa, and let's put in, say, travel and bonus as well, and there's a car included. So this is quite a nice job. And got in the details summary here, we'll just type in looking for a marketing manager role who's available to increase marketing revenue. So just an average bit of information, obviously, about a marketing manager's role. So someone's going to create some strategies here, and the candidate must have a background in. So this is information you should have picked up from the Goodwin Analyzer that will help you write this job spec perfectly. So let's put in some potential fees, because we're going to run this job right the way through to the end, so we'll show you how the placements work as well. And we may have some education or expected pipeline. Pipeline's great. This is where you can put in the expected money or amount of money you think this placement's going to earn for you over time. So looking at this, obviously with a potential placement fee, you can work that out. And the chance of filling it, if it's a client you've worked with a lot, it could be a very high percentage chance. If it's a new client and you're not on the PSL yet, obviously a very slim chance. So we've got a figure in there, and you'll see the pipeline report later. We'll show you how this information gets portrayed back to a report, so you can work out forecast or what your pipeline income is going to be. So now we'll go to the candidate match. So we've got some tags in there. Let's choose one of these tags. For example, I'll just choose marketing and see if we get a job there. And so you can see, yep, we get lots of jobs pop up. So you can obviously match this candidate to quite a lot of jobs that have shown up there. Should you wish, obviously you can take those off or not, as the case may be. And you can then add the candidate directly to the long list or short list of this job. So let's do that. I'm going to put a couple of candidates here that we've got lined up for this job. We're going to add them straight to the long list directly from the candidate match window. And when we're happy with that, we're going to pop over to that long list, and I'll show you these candidates. I think we've got quite a few there. Yeah, we've got 9 in total, and you can see these candidates are now added to the long list, and we can go through and work them into a short list or send their CVs. And we've got a couple of actions there where you can analyze or send CVs, but I'm going to show you the analyzer, because this is a Marlowe analyzer, something we've introduced to Connect v1.5. The Marlowe Analyzer takes all those candidates out of the long list and will send them to our analyzing tool, and it is going to let us know which candidate it believes are the best suited candidates for that job. So there you can see we get left with a percentage value on the top right hand corner. Obviously the candidates with a higher percentage are best suited for that job. And if we go back to the job, you'll notice that those percentages have been shown in that long list there. So it's really easy to now see which are your best candidates based on running the analyzer search. So let's shortlist some of these candidates now. We're going to click on the little option next to these figures here. So we've got, as you can see, the percentages, and then we have the two icons to the right. So I'm going to shortlist some of these. So click on the item, you'll see it's dumped it straight into the shortlist. And we're going to take literally our top 2 or 3 candidates, and they're going to now sit in our shortlist for this job. If we're happy with that, we can do a couple of really clever things from here. So let's actually put these candidates forward for a job. You can also click on the plus button, obviously, and just find a candidate and add them directly to the shortlist from there. So we like a candidate here, we just click on the option to add them to that shortlist, and they will then appear in the list below, as you can see. So let's actually go through some of the workflow here. We've got some options here to create an interview or send a CV or client interview. Let's actually send the CV. So we're choosing our Kevin Keegan chap, and we're going to send the CV. The database will ask you if you want to set up an automatic reminder. I'm going to choose no. Now it's going to write an email, attach the CV using one of my templates, so it's all ready to go. It's got the CV automatically attached to this particular email, and we know that it's going to the hiring manager of that job. You can also format some of this text, so you can go up to the formatting palette and choose a different font, color styles, size, whatever it is you wish, and hit the send button when you're happy with that, and the email will go trundling off to the hiring manager. And if we go, as you can see, that's the sent items there, and if we go back now to the job, you'll see that we should now have a workflow item. So we've got Kevin Keegan's CV's been sent, the date and time, and the progress is highlighted there. You can do multi-actions if you want to send 2 or 3 CVs in one go, or set up 2 or 3 interviews all from these windows. And again, you can do that from the action, so you can do multiple CV sends, multiple interviews. And if we choose that option, you can pick all the guys from a short list, choose them, and then decide to send all the interview confirmations in one go. And all you need to do is put in the times for each option and click the send. So let's just put a few here. I'll just whiz through this. So this is setting up interviews for 3 people. So we're doing a multiple send here, multiple email confirmation. And when we're happy with that, all we need to do is send that. You can add these individually to your calendar if you want, or email them all, or let's just go back to the job. So I'm not actually going to email them. You'll see here we've got the interview set up. So the workflow is tracking every item that has happened. And from there you can follow this on and create a second interview or a third interview, whatever you want, or go straight to the placement. So we're actually going to go to the placement now, just to follow this through. So go to placement, creates a placement, asking you if it's a salary or temp, perm or temp billing. And then we're going to do a follow-up to do as well. So here we can say let's follow up the job placement, put in the date, so you might want to chase the candidate up or the client up just before the candidate starts. And we're now in the placement area, and we've got the placement information, so the company, the hiring manager, the job, the candidate, the position, the consultant, all there, a little summary as well. And on the right hand side here is where we can put in the information. So if there was a car allowance, a bonus, that could all be added. We've got a fixed a percentage fee of 25%, and that gives us the value of that invoice, which we can then click on create invoice, and the invoice is created. So exactly the same information, but now we've got an option to print the invoice, where we can add information to that invoice and design it a little bit, or I'll just use my letterhead if I want. And add my bank details as well if I'd like. All this can be set up in the admin section, and when we're happy with that, we just print the invoice or email it directly to the client. We've also got, as you can see there, we've got a plus button where it will allow you to add expenses. So back in the job, it is closed, and if we look at the workflow items, we'll see all the specific events that have happened, and we can also go to the placement tab, and you'll see that Kevin Keegan has been placed, and we've got a value. Obviously the invoice hasn't been paid yet, so it will be an unpaid invoice. In the back office section, we'll see that we've also got the invoice there and the value of that invoice, and also a recording of that placement. So these can both be reported on as well, or depending on what you need to do with that information, it's now available for you or your users. So let's go back to the job. In fact, let's go, we had that pipeline if you remember, so let's actually go to Recruitment Force and have a look at the pipeline information. So if I choose a date, let's go back and choose a date greater than, or a specific cutoff point that is greater than the value, the date that we specified in the job. We get some information there. As you can see, this company is worth a certain amount of money based on its open jobs.